My friends, if you got this far, you definitely figured out how to import and display an image into processing. If you got that far, you may now be scratching your head and wondering what the heck you need to do next to make a mosaic filter. So I'm going to start with actually two sets of clues here. The first one's a very simple clue, and then I'm going to get more advanced with the actual syntax. So take only as much clue as you need to be successful here. So what do we need to do to this image to get it ready? Well, what we're going to do is we're going to take the image and we're going to scale it down. And we're going to be able to set that scale however we want. And so essentially it's going to look like this. Here's my original image right here. Here's Homer. And you'll notice up in the upper left-hand corner, you'll notice a smaller version of Homer, which is essentially this image scaled down by a factor of 6. See if you can do that. And if you need more hints, continue after the break. You discussed it with your group, and you figured out you need some more clues. All right, that's okay. We can do this. So over here, I'm going to write a couple keywords that I want you to research. The first one is this command called create image. I want you to check out what that does. And in conjunction, I want you to check out a function that all images have, and it's called copy. So check out create image and then copy, and see if you can use these two in conjunction to create a smaller, scaled down version of your original image. And if you absolutely need me to walk you through it, hang tight after the break. All right, so let's walk through it. We're going to need a couple different variables here. I'm going to make integers up here. I need a width and I need a height variable that are going to be following us through this code. But I also need a variable for scale. So in this case, I'm just going to put 6. You as the user can put whatever you want here. So this is kind of an arbitrary value that you can set and it will scale accordingly. One thing that we didn't mention in the previous video is this is how you reset the size of a canvas according to an image. So we're going to use surface.setSize, and then we're going to say the x and the y, the width and the height. In this case, I'm going to base it off of the image. So that's image.width, comma, image.height. And if I play it right now, you'll notice it's just Homer. Okay. We've displayed the image down here in the draw, but what we really need to do is we actually want another P image. So we're going to call this one, we'll just call it smaller. And in the setup function right here, we are going to, first of all, set the width and the height that we want the smaller image to be. So the width is going to be whatever the image width is on the original Homer, divided by the scale. And we're going to do the same thing with height, except we're going to do that with the height command and divide that by scale as well. All right, next we are going to create an image. So smaller is going to be create image, and what it needs is the width, it needs the height, and then the type that it's going to be. So we're going to say it's going to be an image that's of width and height that we just set above it, and it's going to be of type RGB, red, green, blue. This is essentially creating an empty canvas, and now we are going to copy in the original Homer image into this smaller canvas. So we're going to say smaller.copy, there's the copy function. And when we copy something, we need to put in the name of the original image. In this case, it's image. And we're going to have to put in quite a few parameters here. So the upper left-hand corner, the bottom right-hand corner, and then where it's actually going to be scaled down to. So again, it's going to be 0, 0, but now we want it to be scaled down to width, comma, height. So this is going to copy Homer in the original image of this size into this newer smaller blank image that we created that's of this size. And then our last step is to see if it actually works. So down here I'm going to say image, and this time I'm going to say let's display smaller, and let's also display it at 0, 0. And let's find out if that resizing worked. There we go. So there's Homer, and there's him rescaled at a rate of 1/6 his size. And you'll notice that we can change this value up here too. I could just say 2, and this is going to divide the value by 2. So now we see Homer, and we see him halved. And that's it.